Oh my God, my gorgeous Taurus, June 2020 will be all about your own transformation, but which is going to happen following an important information you're going to have. This information will be so important when it comes to your life, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed. But in particular, when it comes to the actual continuation of a rather important process that you started over the last a few months indeed. This transformation that you're going to have, it's going to be quite important because on another hand, it's all about your own safety. It is all about your own security. It's all about you finding the ground, very strong, very powerful and very solid ground to stand on. It's just so important to say that it's to do with the news and information which you are going to receive, and that information is just going to also be an important moment in time when it comes to the actual light at the end of the tunnel, and it's going to come with an element of surprise, with an element of a wonderful surprise. And right before that happens, you're going to come to terms with the situation, which is just going to be direct result of you finding yourself in an area, in the certain space, in the certain place, where you're just gonna kind of this is not going to be something that you're going to plan. This is not going to be something that you're going to be kind of think about, It's just all about you finding yourself in the situation, which is going to surprise you. In that particular situation, it's also going to require from you to make an important decision. And that decision that is going to come out of it, it's actually going to surprise you. And this is going to be a very important moment in time because this is going to be direct answer from your subconscious mind. And this is where the number this month comes true. This is where your number comes in, my gorgeous Taurini, because your number for June, it's number 13, 1-3. This is a very, very powerful number, which is so much so to do with your own transformation, with your own rebirth, with the fact that you're going to have an important perspective, but at the same time, there is going to be an element of surprise around it that is going to open your eyes, is going to enhance your power in many different ways, but most importantly, it's going to raise your vibration, and that particular vibration, it's also going to be super important by the time you get to the end of the month, there will be an opportunity that you are going to have, and this opportunity is going to be mind-blowing in many different ways. But before that, there is also a few things that are actually going to take place, the few things that are actually going to happen, and these things are going to really shape you and prepare you for an important moment that you are going to have at the end of the month. And that important moment is going to require from you to be brave in order to come to terms with this particular situation where you're going to find yourself being a little bit tested. But on another hand, my gorgeous Taurini, you're also going to surprise yourself at the same time because for once, something absolutely amazing is going to be confirmed to you as well. And for two, it is just all about your own bravery and where you're actually going to find yourself at through your own self-esteem, through your own confidence, through your own power. This is an important moment in time, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. It is all about the actual safety. It is all about the security. It is all about an important family matter that you're going to have. Something is going to happen in your family. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be negative at all. But it is going to be the situation which is going to arise, and most certainly it's going to require your own input. It's going to be a confusing situation, but you are going to be super important in order to sort this situation out, because you're going to have something very sacred and very powerful about you, and especially the particular information will need to come from you. So there will be an important family matter that of course that you are going to be part of. If you haven't got a family, then this is going to be like the situation which is going to be connected to the actual group of people that are very close to you, that are very important to you. So they're like your family basically. But it's important to say that you're also number 13 also means that there is the certain part of your life that kind of like confused you lately, because lots of other things that happen outside, lots of other things that happen in the outside world have affected your way of planning, whether you realize this or not. There is a little frame that you had to place, so your little frame that you've placed around your thoughts. Now this frame that you placed around your thoughts, it also contained like uncertainty that affected you without you even realizing, and this was very often causing you to lose your energy pretty often. And this also happens when we karmically need to come to terms with a certain stage of our lives, and then we need to make some kind of action, some kind of progress. But before all that happens, we need to understand within ourselves where exactly we are at. So this is the moment that you are going to have, my gorgeous Taurini, because you're actually going to realize here that effort will need to be continued until the full success is attained. This is very important because it's going to make you happy. It's very important. It's going to give you lots of confidence. It's very important. It's going to make you feel rather woomish. It's very important because it's just going to bring you joy, and pleasure. And that in itself is also going to affect you in when it comes to your optimism, when it comes to the actual planning. And here you're going to find yourself like kind of in a situation where you're going to your mind is going to be going like 100 miles per hour, in particular when it comes to the actual all sorts of ideas that you are going to have. These ideas are going to be important, which you're going to have throughout this month, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's important to kind of follow the ideas that you have, what you feel drawn to, what you feel connected to, because every single thing is going to bring you the certain answer. Because June, oh my God, it's so important when it comes to your progress, your personal progress, your life progress. It's going to be huge, very powerful month in many different ways, but it's a lot to do with the actual being able to connect yourself so much on so many different levels. And by connecting yourself, I mean just try to remember and try to write it down. Try to connect in this particular way to your own spiritual situation where you don't forget about things. I'm not going to say you're going to forget, but in particular, if there is something that kind of cross your mind, just keep going for it by marking it down, by writing it down, because every single thing is later on going to make sense, because you're reaching an important stage. Now we are entering the second half of the year. Now from June until the end of the year, a lot is going to start unfolding. A lot is going to start happening in our lives. And this in particular, I want you to pay attention to, because it's all about the balanced force. It's all about the harmony, and it's all about the actual, this energy that you are going to have. And you're going to need to remember that tact is necessary to maintain pace, that the actual tact is necessary to maintain pace. And just remember this in particular at around the 10th of the month, at around the 10th of June. I need you to remember this, okay? On another hand, exactly what else I was going to say, that you are also going to kind of have a little bit of a bitter experience when it comes to like a hidden little danger. Now please don't get paranoid or anything like that. No baby, no need to be paranoid, because it's about you being psychic. It's about you having your little psychic moment, because it's all about you avoiding the negative situation, avoiding like some kind of a little bit of danger that could have happened to you, but it's not going to happen. But the bottom line is you are going to be able to realize this, and that in itself, it's also going to basically that in itself is going to be connected to the moment in time where also at the same time there will be an important progress and movement, in particular when it comes to the actual very slow stage, very slow progress. What was very slow in your life over the last 3 or 4 months? What was affecting you? What was worrying you? There will be an important message, my gorgeous Taurini, an important message you're going to receive, and once you receive that message, there's going to be like pam pam pam. It's so much happening around it. First it's going to be message, and then you're not even going to realize how quickly things are going to start moving on, how quickly things are going to start changing. And this is important because it's to do with you finding yourself on an advanced level, my gorgeous Taurinis. But most importantly, it's about the message that you're going to have, which is going to be able to, it's just going to help you and allow you to make an important decision. This is absolutely remarkable because it's going to come from a rather sacred knowledge. This is going to be connected to the whole new cycle in many different ways because it's going to self-illuminate you, and it's at the same time going to provide you with an important realization, especially when it comes to things about yourself, about your own spirituality. You will want to know more. There are going to be quite a few unusual things that you're going to come across, but every single unusual thing that you're going to come across is also going to provide you with an important information. Just see for the symbolic meanings. See how you feel. See where you want to be. See where you want to get. See what is standing on your path. What is preventing you to move on. There is something that is most certainly stubbornly going to start sticking out at this moment in time in June that you will want to really move away from. And this is important because I have to say that June is going to bring you an ending, an important ending, but most importantly it's going to be connected to the brand new, beautiful, powerful beginning with a whole new perspective. And I like this because it seems like and it looks like you will not only be able to prove something ooh la la, va vumish to yourself, but it's just like looking at the big picture. This will be important for you, important for people around you, and it's also going to make you cautious about a certain direction, but this is going to be good because it's all part of your own transformation, it's all part of your own rebirth, and most certainly you will be thinking like about the change, what is standing also, in your way, and it's to do with the self-denial, what you're in self-denial about. This is a very important moment in time because what you're self-denial about is also going to be important for your own rebirth, but also to make this significant decision, and this is going to be directly connected to your own enlightenment. This is all about your own spirituality, but also feeling very courageous, also feeling very strong, also feeling very powerful at the same time, because it's all about this wisdom that you're going to have, wisdom that you're going to feel, my gorgeous Taurinis. And I really like it because I know how much this is going to mean to you, and I know how much this is actually going to help you to reflect on your life in so many different ways. I like it. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Taurini, Taurus, and it's for June 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Taurini, and it's for June 2020. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous Taurinis, this is very important moment in time just to make sure that you protect your immune system by taking what I said before. It's rather important. Organic acerola cherry powder, 1 teaspoon with a little bit of glass of water, the very first thing in the morning if you can, and the very last thing at night before you go to sleep. Then I need you to take a natural vitamin D supplement. Then I need you to take a natural zinc supplement. Then I would need you also to take, if possible, 1 little teaspoon of the actual organic virgin coconut oil every single day. It's like a little batter, it's not like an oil form, but it's like in a little batter, so you can take like a little teaspoon and eat it. It tastes really nice. On another hand, the vitamin D is going to be very important for your bones, but at the same time it's going to be very important when it comes to the actual boosting your immune system. One more thing, that if you can actually take organic dandelion tea, if you can pick up your own tea, or if you can take your own, if you can buy organic dandelion tea, it's absolutely wonderful because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system. But also lots of people don't understand how powerful dandelion is when it comes to our own rejuvenation, our own detox, and when it comes to boosting energy as well at the same time. And a little bit of an additional extra calcium, if you can possibly have, would be absolutely perfect. And on another hand, also, please, my babies, I've seen this before. For you, my gorgeous Taurinis, try to meditate, please, because if you meditate, you will be able to reach a rather high and important levels of your own subconsciousness. Something is going to be revealed to you. And what is going to be revealed to you, it's also going to be connected to an important stage of your life where you're going to be able to understand certain aspects much more, much easier, much better, but above all, it's also going to be connected to the certain opportunity. It's very important because it's going to help you see this purity, to connect to yourself, you know, to connect to yourself on many different levels, but some kind of information you are going to have through the actual meditation or a grounding. You can also just hug a tree, or you can touch the ground with your hands just for a few minutes. You know, you can like few minutes meditate, just lie down on the bed. You know what I said before. It's very important because that is going to help you to connect to your subconscious mind, and that in itself is going to at some point have an important message for you. And that message is going to happen, that message is going to come to you like as in a form of like the very first thing in the morning when you wake up. It could happen straight away when you're meditating, but it could happen at any moment in time and at any given moment in time. But most likely when you wake up in the morning, this is an important time when our subconscious mind is pretty much so connected to all sorts of dimensions, and this is when you need to watch for the certain directions that you're going to have, because there is going to be the answer to an annoying, very bad, and not very bad and terrible, but an annoying problem really, and it's going to bring you the conclusion. This is a very important moment in time. My gorgeous Taurinis, look at this. You see, you are going to take a risk, and this risk will be brilliant. This risk is going to show you something very important about yourself, about your future, about your power, but also at the same time this is going to work really well for you because it's going to bring you all sorts of blessings. You will be rewarded for taking a risk, my gorgeous Taurini. So if you come to terms with the situation this month when you think like, oh, I'm not too sure, I don't know, it's too much of a risk, you know, just remember, if you feel like you should do it, then just basically take a risk, because your risk is at the same time going to show you the passion, it's going to show you the new direction, new dimension, but also ultimately it's going to bring you blessings that you wouldn't normally have. Okay, so now my gorgeous Taurini, basically the very first date that I would like to pay attention to, that is going to be quite important, it's actually going to be the 3rd of June. The 3rd of June will be very, very good for you indeed, because it's all about this new harmony, it's all about this new energy. And just remember, it is about the peace and it is about tranquility after the time that was very confusing, after the time that was very low, and that was after the time that was bringing you down. The energy is going to start changing, in particular when it comes to the actual 3rd of June, indeed, in the best possible way. And there will be an idea that you will have. This idea will be very important, and this idea will be very powerful. At the same time, look at this gateway. This idea, it's also going to open an important door, an absolutely mind-blowing important door for you, my gorgeous Taurini. So it's going to be the way out of the situation, but also it's going to bring you the whole new world of possibilities, my gorgeous Taurinis. And this is going to be connected to the creativity. It's going to be connected to the new beginning as well on the 3rd of June. It's all about the start of something very important here, and this is to do, you're going to hear about a certain gain, and that is automatically materialistic gain, and a gain that is automatically going to make you feel a little bit more secure, but most certainly it's the beginning of a very meaningful experience that you are going to have at the same time. It's the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th of June. 3rd, 4th, and 5th of June. These 3 days are going to be like, oh my Lord. One of these 3 days, it will be such an experience that you are going to have. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be very important, very significant. You're going to learn a lot about yourself, quite a lot actually. But at the same time, it's going to open your eyes towards all sorts of opportunities, all sorts of possibilities, and it's just going to be gosh, sadly also realization about a little bit of a devilish person around you. So just try to kind of make sure that if you're uncertain about a certain person, someone is going to be around you, some little bastard, but it's just a bit of like a devilish person, but then you are also going to be aware of it because somebody's quite negative, somebody's quite using people, and that, ungenerous person in many different ways, but rather devilish as well. This is to do with them, but it's nothing to do with you. But your paths are going to cross, you see. And once that happens, this is going to be quite beneficial for you because you will know what to do out of this difficult situation, because when you were so uncertain about something to do with you, completely different to this situation, completely different to this dimension, but most certainly it's going to help you to make an important decision when it comes to the actual difficulties in your life. Over the last 10 weeks, you were feeling like an overburdened feeling, an excessive pressure. So this is going to kind of show you the way, because you're going to realize something out of it. You see, it's a bit of a yin-yang. On another hand, protect yourself by having like maybe a little bit of a black crystals in your pocket, like a black tourmaline, hematite, like a dark crystals are really, really good to protect ourselves against all sorts of negative energy. Even moldavite is quite good as well. But also on another hand, if you haven't got a crystal or if you prefer to have something else, then you can have a little bag of salt in your one pocket, another bag of salt in another pocket, and this is going to raise your vibration, raise your power, so it's not gonna, the negative energy is not gonna be able to come through, so you protect yourself like this, you see. But basically also these days are remarkable because you will know that problems are soon to be resolved, and and that in itself is going to be so good because it's to do with the pressure and the burden that you felt lately. Another date that I was going to say, it's going to be on the 13th of June. Here we go. Now we've got the 13th again. It's repeating, and this is really wonderful because you are going to hear about an important achievement here. An important achievement, and this is going to be so important to you because it's to do with the hard work, baby. Whatever hard work you did, whatever you were doing, whatever you were focusing on, whatever you were waiting to kind of just go for, whatever like results that you were looking for, my gorgeous Taurinis. Now this is amazing because the 13th of June is going to bring you the progress and growth of your hard work. And this is also at the same time immediately going to create a new stage because you're going to be going through the whole new door, because you've got the 13 repeating, and number 13 is your number when it comes to numerology. So at the same time, the 13th of June, it's also going to be the time of your sacred transformation, where you are beautifully going to enter through a completely different dimension, my gorgeous Taurinis. And this is important, and you need to use this to the best of your ability. And anything that's bringing you down, anything that makes you feel bad, anything that makes you feel negative, anything that's affecting your confidence or self-esteem from the 13th of June onwards until the end of that month, you can just go for it, my babies. Just remember, important time to do as much as you can, to catch up as much as you can, and do not let anything from the outside world bring you down, or do not let anything to affect you, because you are going to be quite a little bit maybe sensitive at the same time, but this is because you're going to be very psychic and very spiritual. So you just must make sure that you understand that you kind of protect yourself by just keep going and not bringing yourself down at any moment in time, because you are going to be distracted a little bit. I highly suggest you to get like the actual dry sage, please, and try to like smudge your home at the beginning of June and at the end of June. Twice I would recommend, but at least once, close all the windows, like go into every single single room in the house, burn this, put a little bit of sauce underneath because it's quite messy, going to every single room in the house, maybe say a little prayer, say a little chant, say a little daily affirmation, or don't say it. However you feel it's going to be the right time anyway, because it's about you and your own connection. And then at the end, you open the windows and the smoke goes away, the negative energy goes away that could have been accumulated in your place around a period of time that can affect you, affect your energy. And also, if you had the negative energies within you, this is also going to help you to cleanse yourself as well. And if you feel drained 3 days later, that's really good, because that means that it's working, it's draining this negative energy out of you. So after that, you're going to reach very high levels of your own radiance. If you would like to buy this dry sage, you can also get this from my website. The link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The 13th of June is going to bring an important moment in time when you will know that this is the direct result from your hard work. It's going to come through. It's important. Significant dealings, it's also going to take place as well, which you're going to do really great. But most certainly, you will know that a certain reorganization will need to take place. But that's going to be absolutely fine, because this is all about your departure. It's all about the journey. It's all about the advancement, but also some kind of trip or journey. Somebody who's very important to you, it's going to tell you something. It's going to let you know about a certain trip or journey as well. And this is going to be like really good for you in many different ways, because it's going to put a big smile on your face. And I know how much this will mean to you in so many different ways. On another hand, what else I was going to say is just basically there is also going to be the return of the conflicting influence that you had with someone, and I can see that problem is slowly going to come to an end, because you're going to come up with some kind of idea which is also going to be the beginning of the whole new cycle, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. And that in itself will be very important, because you will know that this is all about your own improvement. This is all going to be about your own development. And this 13th and 14th and 15th of June are all going to be important when it comes to your own promotion, when it comes to your own improvement. Remember, just stay committed to the task at hand, even when it comes to you, even when it comes to your future planning. Don't let yourself down. Don't bring yourself down. Just keep going, because sometimes, even in the darkest darkness, the beautiful flower is going to come out. So this is exactly what I say. There is an energy in everywhere. There is an energy in everything. You just need to keep going, my gorgeous Taurinis. It is just all I can say. It's like an outcome of the past efforts are going to keep you, help you to keep you going, and they're going to see you through when you need it the most, and it's to do with your rebirth at the same time. The third important date, my gorgeous Taurini, is going to be on the 29th of June. The 29th of June is just all going to be about your own bravery, all going to be about your own capacity. You're going to understand something very special and very important about yourself, and this in itself is going to make you realize how much you change, how much you're changing, and how much powerful you are becoming, and how powerful you are, and what a powerful essence you are, and how significant your uniqueness is, and how important it is for you to be you, for you to be as unique as possible. It's all about your own passion, and this is just going to create an important moment when you're gonna really do a quiet an important decision here, and that decision, before you would be like, no way, but now you're just gonna go for it. And this is very important, because it's going to get you out of the crisis, calamity, a little bit of domination, a little bit of negative situation that you had, and it's most certainly immediately going to immediately going to make you realize, about the new beginning and new inspiration when it comes to something rather beneficial, which is going to happen to you when it comes to the future planning, and that is going to reflect on you so beautifully when it comes to your own creativity. All you need to do, my gorgeous Taurinis, on the 29th of June in particular, just see really what is making you feel really happy and what is immediately making you feel creative, because an important realization you're going to have here at the same time. Okay, my gorgeous Taurinis, I really have a feeling that I need to do the oracle card. You see, an action, an important moment in time. Take an action, Taurini. You're going to be wondering on 29th, from the 29th until the end of that month, you are going to be wondering, should you do it or not? Should you do it or not? Listen to me, baby. Listen to me very carefully, because I'm going to say this only once. Take action. Do it. Go for it. Okay? It's important. Okay? So now, sorry. My gorgeous Taurinis, now basically I'm going to see what is going to happen with the very first week of June 2020. So now the first week of June is just going to be very important moment in time, because it's all about the actual feeling imbalanced. Before you were feeling imbalanced when it comes to your practicality and security. There were like some kind of worries, negativities and uncertainty, and now the beginning of June, it's already going to bring this beautiful fresh energy, which is also going to provide you with an important impact when it comes to your way of thinking and planning, when it comes to your future. So this is already going to connect you almost immediately with your future planning, and this is purely coming from this an absolutely remarkable energy flow that you are going to have that was quite stagnant for the last few months. So now this stagnancy will shift itself, and it's all about your practicality and security, and that in itself, it's also going to make you realize that there are two things that you will be thinking about. There are two things that you're going to be indecisive about, and this is going to be remarkable because it's going to lead towards you making a certain sacrifice. You will know that something slowly came to an end, but the sacrifice is going to be really important, because this is all going towards your own rebirth in many different ways. It's all about the completion, success, excitement. You're going to start feeling really energetic here, re-energized in many different ways, but also something is going to return to you beautifully. You were so compassionate to someone. You were so good to someone. Bless your heart. You were really wonderful within the last year. I can stretch this slightly longer. This is very deep, and it's very spiritual, and it's powerful, and it's to do with a person that is very important to you, that you were really nice to, not because you wanted something back, but this is the beauty of this moment, because karmically an important realization, an important karmic reward you are going to have here. God bless you, gorgeous Taurinis. This is important. And that in itself is just all going to be quite a good moment in time for you, because it's just all about the actual self-illumination that is going to be rather enhanced at that moment in time indeed. And also, if over the last, 3 weeks, there was a bit of like a heartbreaking situation that you had. Something affected you as well. And that heartbreaking situation, it's all going to kind of start healing itself as well, because it's just about the actual security and power that you are going to have at the same time, my gorgeous Taurinis, that is going to help you it's to see you through. But it's about the happiness which is going to become your energy. This has become your power, which is on another hand going to raise your vibration, and this is exactly what you needed. Okay, the second part of you see, you're sorry, Taurini, sorry. This is just happening now lately, and just life just goes. Oh dear. Sorry, Taurini. Taurini. You see, this is the... this gets really hot. It gets really hot, my gorgeous Taurinis, and this is what it happens. You see, it gets hot, and then the light goes away. See, hello, I'm back. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na, na-na-na-na-na-na-na, na-na, dun 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 dun, pam pam pam, pararam pam pam pam, pararam pam pam pam, pararam dun dun. Sorry. Pam pam pam. Oh yeah. Sorry. Basically, yes, so this is where I get so excited. The second part of June, my gorgeous Torini, I highly suggest you to get something like a labradorite crystal, very important because it's going to help you to remember your dreams. There'll be lots of important dreams that you will be dreaming, but most importantly, it's about waking up in the morning and being able to make that connection with your subconscious mind and to pin out exactly what you need to follow in order to achieve your dreams. So labradorite is fantastic when it comes to catching your dreams, when it comes to connection and reconnection with your spiritual self. I highly suggest you to get this and have it next to your bed. This labradorite, gorgeous labradorite crystal, you can get on my website as well. The link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. But what I get really excited about, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's actually the mid-June. Okay, something like na 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 dun 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 na 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da 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 pam pam pam. No, it's so good. It's so good. It's about your dreams. It's about your vision. It's about visions. It's about who you are. It's about you proving yourself. But most importantly, something really powerful is going to take place. Two things: one dream, one wish, something very important that you always wanted to do in a long time, baby. It's gonna come through here. It's gonna start coming through. And it's also, on another hand, it's going to provide you with a vision, with an option, and you will know that something very quick is going to happen, some kind of shortcut at the same time. Basically, mid-June, it's gonna make you realize something, some kind of wish is gonna come through, some kind of wish is gonna come forward. You're also going to have a mind-blowing negotiation. If you need to have a negotiation, baby, listen to me. Just do this, yeah. Do it in the mid-June, because you're going to do really well, because you will be going with these powerful energies, these vibrations, and also have a number 7 written in your hand, have a number 7 on your pin, and have a number 7 in your pocket. Try to connect to the energy of number 7 by having it on you. I know it sounds weird, but this is just the element that is just going to enhance everything, even more in many different ways, and it's going to bring you good luck. And it's also going to be an important moment in time when it comes to some kind of progress, when it comes to some kind of judging, some kind of judgment. Maybe you started the process and you were waiting for someone to decide something for you. You are going to hear something really important because you were worrying about it. So now this is going to be like, yes, thank you. Important, important, important. You will also know it's not everything going to change at this moment in time, but it's all about one step at a time, baby, one step at a time. Moderation will be very important, but this is all about the luxury and culmination. And also it's connected to the time that you were frustrated so much because you couldn't do what you wanted to do, but it wasn't because of you, it was because of other things that have been happening that affected you, and that affected you, your way of thinking, your work, and your life in general, and that frustrated you in many different ways. So that is going to be connected to the swift change, my gorgeous Taurinis, and that in itself is going to be so beautiful when it comes to the actual certain conflict that you had as well connected to this, and it's going to provide you with an important resolution. This is absolutely wonderful, my gorgeous Taurinis, because slowly something is going to come to an end here, and that end is going to be brilliant because it's to do with some kind of trickery, it's to do with some kind of uncertainty, it's to do with you not being able to do what you want to do, for example, you see. So this is very, very important, but it's the ending that is going to bring an absolutely remarkable moment in time. The last part of June is just like a basically about the message that you are going to get, the important message that you are going to receive, and that message will be everything. It's going to be so emotional for you, important, strong, powerful. It's going to reflect on you in so many different ways because it's something that you were waiting for in order to make a particular decision you will need to make. You will make almost immediately, and that is so important because it's going to be connected to some kind of judgment, but at the same time it's connected to the obstacle that was kind of right in front of you. We're like, go away, move on, you know, like, but that obstacle is going to come to an end, and it's most certainly to do with you, to do with what you wanted to do, like not like in the future, like in 20 years, but what you wanted, what you were kind of working towards, what you were hoping to happen, but it was affected with quite few things. It's a quite complex situation. The bottom line is that an obstacle is coming to an end, in particular when it comes to your future planning, in particular when it comes to your life in general, and that in itself is gonna really require from you to have a certain action. But the bottom line is it's all about the actual your own improvement, your own development, your own personal promotion, but also very strongly connected to the outcome of the past effort. Significant, because you are going to play an important part. Listen, Taurini, this is significant. You will play an important part when it comes to the actual teamwork, when it comes to the group of people at the end of June 2020, and your input is going to be absolutely everything, because you're going to be connected to your subconscious mind like there is no tomorrow, and your third psychic eye is going to be very wide open, but you are going to benefit from it so much because you're going to be able to reflect on this situation by feeling it, but also projecting it on other people as well. You will surprise yourself how clever you are going to be. I'm not saying that you're not clever, but it's the deepness, the deep levels within you are going to come out, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And what else I completely like at the end of June, you see, sorry, girls, you better watch out. Yeah, at the end, you see, it's the, I really like it. You see, the bottom line is the end of June is going to be amazing because it's going to help you to escape from the certain restrictions, and that is going to be brilliant. It's going to give you a reason to smile. It's going to give you a reason to celebrate. It's at the same time going to bring this wonderful harmonious energy in, and you, at the same time, you're going to get a remarkable advice, mind-blowing advice when you least expect it, from the person that you least expect to get the advice from. And also the end of June will bring you an important opportunity, a wonderful, absolutely remarkable, important opportunity. Just remember my gorgeous Taurinis, the end of June, it's important. Be as open-minded as you possibly can. You see this thriving? My light is gone, because thriving, this opportunity that you're going to have, sorry about this, you see, this opportunity, I think I need to buy a new light. I think I need to buy a new light. Dun 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 bum bum bum. Oh dear, dear, dear. Girl, you better. Sorry about this. My gorgeous Pipolinis, here we go. No, that was quick. See? That's a sign, that's a sign, that's a sign. Sign, yeah. That's a very important sign, my gorgeous Taurinis, because you're going to be able to thrive. And I'm so happy for you. You see, you will thrive. Okay, very, very important moment in time. It's all about the opportunity that you're going to have, you see, and also a little bit of a hermit moment as well. The hermit moment is also going to reveal an important direction that you wouldn't normally have when it comes to, look at this, new beginning. Absolutely remarkable. I know that this month will change quite a lot for you, my gorgeous Taurinis, in the best possible way indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen with those of you in relationship. You see, it's an important moment in time. Your partner is going to need your Vavavumish help this month. Your partner is going to be kind of worrying about something. You know, your partner is going to be going through something very important, but it's going to reflect on them feeling a little bit down, feeling a little bit disappointed with themselves. But it's nothing to do with them. It's again maybe caused by someone else, or caused by the things around you, around your life, that affected your partner maybe in this particular way when your partner got worried. So your partner is going to be worrying about something. You need to say to your partner, it's very important. You see, upside down, that's a Six of Swords. So you see, it's very important to say to your partner that it's like, this is all about, this month will be important because the certain restrictions will go away. Perhaps your partner is really maybe a little bit paranoid, maybe a little bit scared, a little bit worried about the certain restrictions. Well, do you know what? You say to your partner, it's going to be absolutely fine. These restrictions are slowly coming to an end, and that is going to be wonderful for your own regeneration, for your own rebirth, for your own escape from the negative situation that was maybe bringing you down. So the bottom line is it's going to be absolutely fine, and the bottom line is it's all about these basically restrictions, you know, going away that were affecting your partner, maybe made them feel a little bit unhappy. On another hand, your partner needs to know that this month is actually going to be very important when it comes to their own development. They need to remember that they need to stay committed to the task at hand, because their ability is going to be tested, you see, and the things that have been making your partner kind of negative, the things that were bringing your partner down, are actually going to come to an end this month, because by the end of this month, it's the personal efforts, you know, are going to be rewarded. You see, exactly the same. Look at this, amazing. By the end of the month, you see, it is going to be the restrictions are going to be gone away that have been affecting your partner. And this is why you see this. Dun, da, 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 dun, 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 da, 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 dun, dun, dun. Wheel of Fortune, my babies. It's important because it's going to come to an end. It's not only that, something quite absolutely remarkable is going to take place at around the 17th and 18th of June. Something quite significant is going to happen with your partner, to your partner, and that is going to help them out to see the situation through, and that is also going to open their eyes and put a big smile on their face, you see. So it's all about the destiny, fortune, wheel of fortune, an unexpected situation which is going to arise, but you're both going to get so much from it indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Shufflini, dis tarotini, cardini. God help me. Okay, so now it's for those of you Taurinis that are actually single and ready to mingy. I'm sorry. You're not going to find the love of your life, you see. Knight of Swords. I don't think you're going to find the love of your life this month, my gorgeous Taurinis, but there's something more important, you know. One step at a time. First of all, I'm seeing that there is going to be some kind of little disappointment that you're going to have. And this disappointment, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, it's going to be absolutely brilliant, because there is still a little karmic test, little bastard test, a little karmic test that you're going to be a part of. And this karmic test, my gorgeous Taurinis, that you're going to be part of, in particular within the first part of June, 15th, 16th, 17th day of June, it's going to be important because it's going to bring you a little bit of disappointment. It's going to bring you down. But listen, don't get paranoid or anything. This is really good, and it's very important, because this is exactly what it needs to happen in order for you to understand and realize something. This process is going to start changing, but it's first of all going to come from your own understanding, from your own dimension, you know, from your own essence. And once that happens, you see, it's very complex the way things are going to happen. You see, this is going to, first it's going to be like a little bit of sadness and negativity, because maybe somebody's not going to be the right person. Maybe somebody could, this is for the single ones. Maybe you were fancying someone and it's no baby no. Maybe you had a bit of a nighty standy with that person. It's like no baby no. Maybe you just wanted to kissy someone, but it's not the right person. However this is going to unfold, however this is going to develop, your realization is going to be to move on from that person. But it doesn't really matter, because it's not somebody who you are completely in love with, you know. It's just someone like a bit of a lust or something like that. And that is just a part of your progress, that it's very important, that it's also going to make you learn something about yourself. It's also going to mark the completion, because it's about your own understanding, and that few days later you will think it's nothing to do with this, but it's also going to make you to become the part of the learning process. There is something that you're going to learn. There is something that you will go for. There is a new stage that will unfold for you, and you are going to take it, my gorgeous Taurinis, like it's like a new experience. So it's a bit of like a concentration, a bit of a study, that it's going to take place, a deep concentration, application, study, but it's important to say it's pretty much so to do with the respect for knowledge and reflection and the desire to learn new things and new ideas. And that, my babies, is going to be connected to that person who is going to come through, because at the same time you are going to hear a good news, an important news, and that news is just going to confirm something to you about the new learning experience. But you see here, but it's also again number 6 of swords, you know, the escape in the right direction. It's very important, because this is what the escape in the right direction is, from where you shouldn't be, because you're slowly going on the new dimension, you're slowly going on the new level. So the bottom line is that you will have the learning experience, my gorgeous Taurinis. I know it's been long, but you're going to have a learning experience at around the end of the month, by the end of the month, and this is going to require from you to take your learning experience on the next level. And this is where the magic is going to happen, because you're going to hear a good news, like I said, but the learning experience that you're going to do, that you're going to start, it's going to put you in touch, in connection with somebody absolutely important to you when it comes to lovey-lovey, okay? So it's one step at a time. So that particular learning experience that you're going to have at around the time when you hear an important news, it could be only about like expanding your, whatever you do now, maybe, you know, whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, whatever you're trying to do, learn and live, you know, it could be just a little bit of extra additional information that you're going to read about it and wanted to try, wanted to experience, wanted to take on the next level. And that is going to be the moment in time when this particular person is going to start walking into your life. It's not going to happen in June, but June is just as important. It's important to let this person come into your life, to let this person to come in. You see this? Absolutely remarkable, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is an important moment in time, and I want to say that you're going to be surprised, but most certainly it's going to be quite nice, and most certainly it's going to really help you to see things through, and it's going to help you to understand something about yourself as well at the same time. This is not only about like a learning experience, but it's about one step at a time going towards this particular dimension. It's remarkable, and I absolutely love it. Okay, my gorgeous Taurini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing and light. Okay, my gorgeous people, my gorgeous Taurinis, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.